If you searched how to assign R and S from a Fischer projection, you're not alone. But the truth is, this method is easy to mess up unless you know the one rule that flips your answer. Let's walk through it slowly, cleanly, and without the usual panic. Hey there, ninjas. Let's make one thing clear right from the start. You do not have to assign an R and S stereocenter from a Fischer projection. Fischer projections were never designed for that. That said, you may still see it on your exam. So here's the cleanest, least frustrating way to do it, plus why converting to a line angle structure may be safer. This isn't a video about what Fischer projections are or what they represent, but the one rule you must remember is for a Fischer projection, the vertical bonds are pointed away from you as a viewer, and the horizontal bonds are pointed towards you as a viewer. If you'd like more information about what the Fischer projection is, I have a video that I'll link to down below. Why does that matter so much? Because the con-angle Prelog rules and all of our clockwise and counterclockwise circles assume that you're looking at the stereocenter with the number 4 priority pointed away from you. So think about that for a moment. If the number 4 group is on one of the vertical bonds in your Fischer projection, great, you can read the R and S stereocenter almost as normal. But if the number 4 group is on one of the horizontal bonds in the Fischer projection, then you'll need to use the 4 up rule. I have an entire playlist of videos that I'll link to down below with all sorts of tips and tricks and hand rules to assign R and S on any stereocenter. One of them is the 4 up rule. I'll explain that in a little bit. The first thing we have to do is assign the priority labels for all of the groups around each stereocenter. As a ninja tip, I would not put those priorities directly on the original Fischer projection. You'll end up with 4 number 1s and 4 number 2s, and how am I supposed to know if this number 3 went with this stereocenter or that stereocenter? Don't clutter up the original structure. Instead, abstract the first stereocenter as a mini bow tie version off to the side and put your priority labels here. That will keep the original structure much cleaner and lead to much less headache. This isn't a video about how to use the SIP rules to assign the priority labels. I have a link to that video down below. But the oxygen group will be priority number 1. The nitrogen group will be priority number 2. The longer carbon chain will be priority 3. And the CH3 group will be priority number 4. Great. Priority number 4 is on one of the vertical bonds. It's already pointing away from you as the viewer, so we can use our regular clockwise counterclockwise method. We'll start from number 1, draw a circle from 1 to 2 to 3, ignoring number 4. This is a clockwise circle, so stereocenter number 2 is an R stereocenter. No tricks here. Straightforward assignment gives us the R stereocenter. Let's move on and abstract the next stereocenter. For stereocenter number 3, we'll need to assign the priority labels. Iodine will be priority number 1. Hydrogen will be priority number 4. The carbon chain with the fluorine has the entire atomic number. That will be priority number 2. And the other carbon chain will be priority number 3. Here, we've identified priority number 4 as one of our horizontal groups pointed towards you as the viewer. That means we can't use our regular clockwise and counterclockwise circles. Instead, we'll use the 4 up rule. The 4 up rule says that we still start at 1, we still draw our circle from 1 to 2 to 3, ignoring 4. But the 4 up rule says that if this circle is a clockwise circle, then we flip it and we flip our answer. As drawn, this is a clockwise circle and says the stereocenter should be R. But the 4 up rule says that when 4 is pointed towards you on a wedge, we flip our answer. So this clockwise circle for R gets flipped to S. This stereocenter is an S stereocenter. Time to move on to the next stereocenter. Fluorine has the highest atomic number. It will be priority number 1. Hydrogen has the lowest atomic number. It will be priority number 4. The carbon chain with the iodine group will be higher priority number 2. And the carbon chain with the bromine group will be priority number 3. Number 4 is on the horizontal bond. It's on the wedge pointed towards you again, so we'll use the 4 up rule. 1 to 2 to 3, ignoring 4, is a clockwise circle, which should be R. Because 4 is up, flip it. This stereocenter is an S stereocenter. Now we're ready for our last stereocenter. The bromine group will be priority number 1. The chlorine group will be priority number 2. The carbon group with the fluorine is going to beat the carbon group with the oxygen. So priority 3 is on the bottom and priority 4 is on the top. This is another example where 4 is on the dash pointed away from you. So we can draw our circle from 1 to 2 to 3. That's a counterclockwise circle. This stereocenter is an S stereocenter. And that's it. These are the only options. The number 4 group is either have to be on the bottom, the right, the left, or the top. These are all the ways possible to assign R and S for a Fischer projection. Now, this way works. It's exam legal. It'll get you the right answer. But let me tell you why I and other professors don't really like assigning R and S straight from Fischer projection. It's extremely easy to mess up under stress. One little change of the number 4 group from a horizontal to a vertical bond, and if you don't remember the bow tie version, you can easily get the wrong clockwise and counterclockwise circle. That's why I like the more reliable method, and really the only thing Fischer projections are good for. draw it in the line angle structure version first. It's very easy to convert a Fischer projection into a line angle structure. I have an entire video dedicated to exactly that topic that I'll link to down below. Once we convert the Fischer projection into the line angle structure, it will have all of the wedge and dash already drawn for you. You can use all of your regular wedge and dash tips, tricks, and hand rules to get the RNS configuration correct the first time by simply drawing the Fischer projection as the line angle structure first. If Fischer projections still feel awkward, you're not alone. They're one of those uncomfortable topics where we can know the rules and still not feel confident under pressure. This abstract the bowtie method gives you a clean, simple way to make sure you get the right RNS nomenclature every time. You're doing real work. You're building real skills. And none of this feels easy the first time. Take this method, practice it on a few Fischer projections, and when you're ready, jump over to my Fischer to line angle structure video. You got this, ninjas.
Thanks for training with us today, ninjas. Check out this other content to see if you can level up even further. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe.